How much pressure is on Kyler Murray this season?
There's a bit because we've seen so many young, athletic, talented, high draft pick quarterbacks succeed early, especially, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, but also Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson and others. And people are talking about Kyler Murray because he won Offensive Rookie of the Year on a bad team, without offensive weapons, with a, to-be-decided still coach. Like, the jury's still out on his coach. Yet he improved the team, and it was pretty clearly he who improved the team 2.5 games. That's not insignificant. As a rookie who started the whole season, that is not and by the way, got better throughout the season, putting up real numbers, and still you could see was not satisfied just putting up those numbers and not leading his team to wins. There's a lot to like there. So just going into his second season, when you have 5 wins and a tie, you're looking at 5-6 wins already. You expect a game or two improvement, so you're like, can Arizona, in a brutal division, by the way, be a 7-win at least team? I think it's reasonable to say. And then you got DeAndre Hopkins. You have he's on the team with the previous best hands ever guy, Larry Fitzgerald. You have still a veteran that you've built rapport with great hands and a lot of experience, now put with like the next version of him in his prime. If you were expected to win, let's say 7 games before the trade, you got to add at least a game or two. I mean, Arizona's expected to be, I think, by many, competitive throughout the season. Whatever shows up in the win-loss record, there's, a win against Arizona this year should look like a win against a playoff-ish team, especially considering the expanded playoffs. So, if Arizona winds up making improvements in certain ways, but only, let's say, landing on 6 wins, that's going to look bad for Kyler Murray. Because the other young quarterbacks are not just putting up numbers, but they're leading their teams to winning records and playoff berths. There is significant pressure on Kyler Murray in his second season.
I mean, what the hell are you trying to do? Recruit for Columbia University or Sloan or Sharp Analytics? I just don't understand what the complication is. They have DeAndre Hopkins. Of course, there's more pressure. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You went 5-10-1 last year. You went 2-7 in your last 9 starts. You got DeAndre Hopkins, not Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald any longer. D-Hop, DeAndre Hopkins, okay? The best hands in football. That's your new wide receiver. Of course, there's more pressure on him. It's that simple. Ain't nothing complicated about it. You're a quarterback, and you got a weapon like that added to the screw. What you can't do is be worse than you were before you had him. Very simple.
All right, now that you both got that out the way, and I agree, here's the real question. The real pressure and where does it lies is on Cliff Kingsbury. That's where it lies. When we talked about Cliff Kingsbury, and I know what the question is. Is more pressure on Kyler Murray? Yes, he's in his second year, played well, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks, had an 87 quarterback rating. Everybody knows that Kyler Murray played well, Rookie of the Year. The pressure is on Cliff Kingsbury, though. I want to take this in a different direction, because what was the talk? Stephen A., you sat on this show and said, how in the hell did Cliff Kingsbury become the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals? How in the hell does a guy that didn't have a winning record at Texas Tech become the head coach in Arizona? Here's where the pressure lies. And now it's because of what both of you guys just said. D-Hop is there. Obviously, Fitz is still there. Christian Kirk, who I think can become one of the better slot receivers in the league, is there. And not to mention Kenyon Drake is there. So for everything that was perceived about Cliff Kingsbury coming to Arizona, putting him in a position to be successful, he has all the skill guys he needs offensively, with a quarterback that's mobile, that can throw the football, who I wasn't necessarily in on before he was drafted because of his stature and it not working in the league before. Cliff Kingsbury has all the pressure, and Kyler Murray, to answer the question, will be sort of insulated from having a great season if things go bad, because a lot of the finger pointing and the blame will go to Cliff Kingsbury, because everybody will say, well, you got all of this, what are you doing with it?
All right, Stephen A., hold on.
I don't agree with you.
You're talking about it's real simple. They have DeAndre Hopkins, so of course there's more pressure. Why don't you define that? Yeah, no kidding, they're supposed to win more than last season. That would be 6 wins.
No,
if they get to 6
I wasn't talking
and
about
10,
winning.
that's not going to
wasn't
cut
talking
it.
about
What's
winning.
the pressure?
I wasn't talking about winning. I was talking about Kyler Murray has to have a better season than he did last year. It might not be his fault that they lose with Cliff Kingsbury as his coach. Cliff Kingsbury might not know what to do with special teams. He might not know what to do defensively, okay? He might have the wrong system in play. We don't know that. But I do know this much. Kyler Murray cannot look worse as a quarterback with DeAndre Hopkins than you did when you didn't have him. That's what I'm talking about. In terms of Cliff Kingsbury, don't get me started with Cliff Kingsbury. I never thought he should be the head coach. It's a travesty that he got the damn job.
Kyler Murray, of course there's pressure as a second-year quarterback who started all your games the first year to look better, particularly when he has an elite offensive weapon to throw to, and he didn't have enough weapons to throw to and made the best of it last year.
That's what we were saying.
I'm talking about what is the pressure in a brutal division. It's almost, it's not a kind circumstance to Kyler Murray. In a brutal division, just leading his team to a 6-win season and his numbers tick up, that's not what it is. Arizona's supposed to be competitive now for the playoffs in a brutal division. That's real pressure on a second-year player.
Really?
There's some people talking about Kyler Murray
You sure about that?
for MVP this year.
I don't feel that way.
Hold on, didn't you guys just have a conversation about Baker Mayfield and his coaching, and we think he could be better? Didn't I just watch y'all in that segment with Dan talk about that? So let me ask you this question based on that, what you guys just talked about with the Cleveland Browns.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.